Hey, it's me, Raika. Today we're going to have a look at the brand new Voyage of Wonders, Land of Exiles. So let's have a look at the rewards. From the epic rewards, we get 10 time emblem tickets. Then from the common rewards, we get a couple of signature item upgrades, pearl coins, engraving materials, and a variety choice chest with gold, EXP, and dust. So let's head in and see what this adventure is all about. So when we start off this adventure, we'll begin as the brand new hero Awakened Antandra. Now we'll have to go along the quests over here, completing various storylines in order to understand how the story of Awakened Antandra begins. So let's start. Right, so our first quest over here is to get to the center point over here. This is where the chief resides, and once we get there, we'll be able to collect various rewards from the NPCs scattered around the map. So the first thing that we have to do is speak to K-Source right over here. Head on over. Now you have to complete a short dialogue between the two characters. All right, once you've done so, then defeat any of these enemies over here. Choose anyone that you want and defeat them. So let's do that. All right, so you've defeated the enemy. Now speak to K-Source over here. Now he'll join your party for a short time over here. So the next step over here is to move along this corridor over here, defeat a couple enemies along the way, and head on over to the chief's area in the center of the map over here. So the chief will be standing in this block over here. So let's head on over right now. So you can choose which enemy you want to defeat. You can choose the bottom one or the top one. It doesn't matter. So let's defeat the bottom one over here. Right, so you've defeated the enemy. Now head on over and pick up the reward behind the enemy. Move to the left-hand side, defeat this enemy in the corner, and pick up the reward behind them. Right, so you've done so. Now pick up the reward. Perfect. Now move along to the top over here. Defeat this enemy. And once you've defeated this enemy, speak to Citrana over here. All right, so you've defeated that enemy. Now head on over, speak to Citrana. Perfect. Complete the dialogue between all of the characters. All right, so they've given you a little dialogue. So now head on over to the right-hand side over here where Citrana is, and then help the refugees over here. So speak to Citrana once again. Excellent. So now the door has opened. Speak to the acting elder. All right, now once you have done so, head on over to the exit over here. So once you've done speaking to the elder, head on over to the top, pick up the reward. Then the next thing that you can do is you can head out of this encampment over here. Place them on either side. So place the one refugee here. Perfect. Place the next refugee settlement over there. All right, so now that you have done that, defeat this enemy and head on over to the rest of the Hypogeans. All right, defeat the enemy to the top. All right, as we can see over here, a new quest objective has appeared. So now let's speak to Nimisu. Complete the dialogue between the two characters. All right, excellent. Now acquire the soul fire gems. So here's one right at the top. The next item over here is we speak to the Soulfire gem location at the bottom. There's the next one. Pick up the reward as well. Perfect. Pick up the reward to the top. Then another Soulfire gem location. So now we have all three Soulfire gems. Go back to Nimisu and heal him. All right, so now the entire party has joined your team. So as we can see, all the various different allies. All right, so we are right over here. Back to the main storyline. So that was a bit of a side quest. Now we're back to the main quest over here. So we don't have Antandra's empowered state yet, so that we can't defeat these towers over here. So defeat the enemy to the bottom and make your way down over here, defeating them one by one. So let's do that. All right, so now we've been surrounded by enemies. Now simply pick any enemy that you would like to defeat and attack them. So I'm going to defeat this one closest to the tower. Alright, so you've defeated that enemy. Now destroy the Hypogean tower. Now defeat the enemy to the bottom over here and claim the reward behind them. Alright, so pick up the reward. Perfect. Now defeat this tower over here. Claim the reward. Now defeat these two enemies. Let's do that. Alright, so let's claim the reward. Excellent. Defeat the enemy. Perfect. You've defeated that enemy. Now destroy the tower. Now defeat the enemy to the right, claim the reward behind him, and defeat the enemy to the left as well, and claim that reward as well. So let's do that. All right, so we've defeated that enemy, claim the little reward. Perfect. Now defeat the one to the bottom. Let's do that. Perfect. You've defeated that enemy, and you've also completed the main storyline over here. So let's do that. Claim the reward. Now head on down to the bottom over here. All right, so you've completed the main storyline. Now head on down to the center area. So this is where Nimusu is. Speak to Nimusu. So now you have cleared all the Hypogeans from the land. And now you'll gain the final reward of this Voyage of Wonders. Perfect. Now head on over. Claim the reward. Now you can also claim this reward right over here. And you can also claim the reward to the bottom as well. So let's do that. And now you've finished this Voyage of Wonders, the Land of Exiles.